SKILLZ is going to be the next big online gaming stock. Here's why. Make sure to watch to the very end of this video so you don't miss any of my analysis on SKILLZ, and make sure to check out our link down in the description below if you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public. It's a great social investing network that we're personally on, and you guys can check out what we're buying, what we're selling, and of course all of our thoughts on the current market situation. But other than that, guys, let's get right into this video. Alrighty guys, here we are with ticker symbol SKLZ or SKILLZ, otherwise known as an online kind of gaming company that's been really rocketing into popularity here over the last couple of months and even the last couple of years really, as far as with just kind of in general retail investors. They've been pouring their money into this stock. We're gonna talk a little bit about it today. And as you can see here now, we are up just about 11% on the day here, about $1.21 up to about $11.80 per share. SKILLZ is up. We even have a little card here that says why the stock is doing so well. SKILLZ Inc. shares are trading higher, not seeing company specific news from the session. So more than likely this is a retailed fueled rally basically that is really kind of pushing SKILLZ into these higher price ranges. Now, if we just give a little brief kind of recap of what SKILLZ is, what they do. SKILLZ Inc. engages in developing mobile gaming platforms that connects players in fair, fun, and meaningful competition. It helps developers build multi-million dollar franchises by enabling social competition in their games. Company's founded in 2012, headquartered in San Francisco. So, basically SKILLZ is kind of pushing forward the esports kind of sector of things, trying to get its name out there and get more and more people to sign on with their games and sign on with their competitive platforms and different things like that. We're going to talk about this Motley Fool article. Yes, it's the Motley Fool. I know the Motley Fool does have a lot of FUD in it. There's a lot of different kind of bias that you can see in some of these articles. And I, of course, at the start of every video, if we're reading a Motley Fool article, if we're reading any kind of article really, I like to verify and guarantee you guys that I'm not going to say that this is the final word and every single thing in this article is true. It's not, right? Every single thing in this article could be a matter of, it's an opinion piece. There are actual legit facts, but again, it's important to be aware when there's bias in an article. And of course, I'm not going to just blindly follow this. I'm gonna give my own opinions as well, but let's read into the article and see what we're talking about. Key points. Investors have cooled on SKILLZ after its Q2 earnings report, but SKILLZ is poised for several catalysts over the next 24 months to bring new content and users to the platform. The stock is actively priced, and the long-term catalyst could result in big upside for patient investors. Let's read a little bit more. The stock market rewards short-term performance, often quarter by quarter, but a long-term perspective can often reveal a company's future returns better than its most recent quarter will. Mobile companies again in this game, 52-week low, yeah. Number one, developer momentum is picking up for SKILLZ. The lack of high-profile games on the SKILLZ platform has been the loudest argument against the stock since it went public in December of 2020. Indeed, the top games on SKILLZ are primarily casual games such as bingo, billiards, and cards. There's no true blockbuster on the platform yet. SKILLZ converted 19% of its players on its platform into paying users in Q2 of 2021, compared to 2% cited in the industry average in 2020. First showed up in the company's partnership with Play Mechanics to bring Big Buck Hunter, the platform's first person shooter game, to SKILLZ. It then struck a partnership with the NFL to hold a developer challenge that is currently ongoing, and will see the NFL-themed mobile game launch on SKILLZ next fall. That is actually the biggest piece of news that everybody's been talking about here for the last couple of weeks and even months and up to a year at this point. That is going to be a big deal. That game, not only obviously is it partnered with the NFL, which is obviously a huge organization that has a lot of eyeballs that are constantly looking around at anything related to it, but also too, it's a football NFL related mobile game. And that, in my opinion, makes me be really bullish on this stock, because again, that's going to drive a lot of traffic, in my opinion, to SKILLZ, and it's not only going to ideally increase revenue, but it might even increase the ads and the overall ad spend that the companies are spending right to get their ads in front of the people that are playing these games, because more than likely there's going to be ads. It's a mobile game. It's kind of how they are. It's the overall infrastructure and kind of the ecosystem that they rely on. That could be some big stuff, guys. And I'm really looking forward to when that does happen. Let's keep reading a little bit more here. This article isn't too long. I don't want to waste, obviously, the whole video reading this article. So let's just honestly jump right to the end. Let's go right into it. Is SKILLZ a buy today? After hitting a high of $46 earlier this year, the stock trades at just $11 per share. SKILLZ trades at a price to sales ratio of 11.7%, or 11.7 rather, using management revenue guidance for the full 2021 year of $376 million and the stock's $4.4 billion market cap. Meeting guidance would equal 63% revenue growth over 2020. It's pretty impressive. So the stock's PS ratio seems attractive if we look ahead of the multiple opportunities to add users to the SKILLZ platform over the coming 2 years and beyond. SKILLZ is a young company with a lot to prove as these catalysts come to pass, but the upside could be tremendous. If the company executes well, as long as investors are willing to monitor SKILLZ progress closely, the stock appears to offer a compelling risk to reward ratio to consider. So overall, this article is extremely bullish on SKILLZ. They think that this is a great, not only fundamental stock, but as well the technicals and the overall catalyst that we could be seeing over the next couple of months and even years are very positive, you know, for the most part. And they're really looking forward to this stock's overall growth and continued expansion, which is really interesting because sometimes the Motley Fool goes the opposite way, right? They talk about some of these stocks and there's some really just like negative opinions about, you know, big stocks, especially like SKILLZ, SoFi, different things like that. So really refreshing in my opinion to see a positive take on the Motley Fool, especially about SKILLZ, because again, I'm bullish on SKILLZ too. I think that this stock has a lot of room to be a great growth stock. And at these price levels right now, it seems somewhat attractive. Let's go into technical analysis here though, so we can get an even better idea of where it's at. So this was where it ran up to about $44 a share just in February of this year, 2021. And then of course, since then it has significantly pulled back. And now we are trading pretty much lower than we've ever traded before. And a lot of short sellers, a lot of people who don't like this stock will look at that and say, well, there you go. There's the smoking gun. This is why the stock sucks. This is why I don't like it. This is why I think it's going to go lower. It's just they simply look at the graph and they go, oh, it's all down. So therefore it can only go lower, right? Not necessarily. Just because this company is once again decreasing in value over time does not necessarily mean that that will be the trend forever. The reason I say this is because a lot of this has to do with some of the lawsuits and investigations going on with the stock right now. A lot of this has to do with short seller kind of FUD that a lot of it is going around in the marketplace right now. And two, it's just unfortunately the valuation is just not matching up with some of the standards in the market right now. And that happens. We've seen that with all kinds of different stocks, you know? And what's really interesting too, if you look at the volume, SKILLZ has really kind of died out as far as relevance goes over the past couple of weeks and even maybe even the last couple of months. But as you can see here, every time SKILLZ has a green day or a significant green day, the volume gets crazy. The volume gets super intense. And as you can see here now, we are pushing up higher than we really ever have in the past couple of days. Really cool and interesting stuff to see. As far as swing trading this or trying to get a good position on this growth stock, I'm going to pull out here on the 6-month chart just because this is kind of like what I like to use to find good entry points with the RSI. The RSI at some points was really way below the 30 level. Again, that happened all the way back here and it went even lower. So even if you bought there, you would have got burnt. And this is the hard thing to tell with some of these stocks, right? Is that the RSI does not always match up with what we're expecting it to mean. You know, just because the RSI is below 30 and the stock should be oversold, it could continue to keep dipping, right? The bottom is not necessarily in sometimes. But again, these price levels, as you can see here, for the last couple of days, we've kind of staggered out a little bit. We started to consolidate a little bit and now we're pushing a little bit higher. We'll see if this is a short-term trend or if we might get some significant movement here towards the upside over the next couple of days. It's just something that we're gonna have to watch very closely, guys. Again, the overall resistance though is still there. We'll see if it can break above the $11 to $12 range, and if it does, it could go significantly higher. If it doesn't, it might go back to consolidating around the $10 to $9 level. But guys, we're gonna be watching SKILLZ very closely here. It's one of my personal favorite stocks as far as growth plays go. And just trying to keep you guys updated on it and everything else in between. But other than that, guys, that is pretty much it today for SKILLZ. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you're new, hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video like this. If you guys want to pick up a free stock with Public, check out our link down in the description below. When you guys use that link, not only do you get a free stock, but you also get to be a part of a great social investing network that we're personally a part of, and you get to see what we're buying, what we're selling, and of course everything in between. But other than that, guys, that is all I have for you guys today. I'm Kyle with Finance Bro. Take it easy.